Hello everyone, welcome to the another lecture of elements, compounds, symbols and formula class 6. Myself Suman Singh. So in the last class we have discussed about metal, non-metal, metalloids and noble gases, right? So now today we are going to start symbols of elements. So when we talk about the symbols of element, the symbols of chemical elements are abbreviated that are used to denote the chemical elements. Suppose I will give you one example. Suppose we have hydrogen here, okay? Hydrogen. So, hydrogen, we give the hydrogen a symbol H, right? In the same way, carbon, for carbon, we give the symbol C, right? Like this. This is called symbol, okay? So symbol is what? Symbol. So symbol is what? The symbol of chemical elements are abbreviated that are used to denote the chemical element. Okay. So who was the first who proposed this symbol? So it was a Brazilus. He was a scientist. Brazilus name is Brazilus, who first of all used the English alphabet to represent the element. Okay, it was Brazilus. The Brazilus was a scientist who used first time he used the English alphabet to represent the elements, okay, in a symbolic form. So each element is denoted by a symbol, okay. Means what? The elements, different elements has been given different symbols, okay. So as you can see, each element is denoted by a symbol which is usually the first letter of its name in English or Latin, written in capital, okay. So we will see the example. What is the example of this? So as you can see, oxygen, okay. Oxygen is what? Oxygen is an element which is denoted by a symbol O, okay. Similarly, hydrogen is denoted by symbol H. Just like this, I will write here. Suppose we have oxygen here, oxygen. So oxygen is denoted by a symbol O, whereas hydrogen is denoted by a symbol H, okay. So now next is, however, when the first letter of more than one element are same. Suppose uh, it is like this. However, when the first letter of more than one element are same, the elements are denoted by two letter, okay. If suppose we will see the example of, you see here, carbon, calcium and cobalt. You can see in carbon, calcium, and cobalt, okay. Cobalt, you will see that first letter is, this is also C, here is also C, here is also C. So in this case what we will do, we will, in this case we are using the in this case what we will do, we will denote by two letter. It is denoted by two letter. As you can see, the carbon is denoted by a symbol C, calcium is denoted by Ca, okay, and the cobalt is Co. Since if it is the if two or more elements in the first letter is same, as in the case of carbon, calcium and cobalt, and then in that case what we are writing, we are using two letters. For carbon, so as you can see, for calcium we are using Ca, for cobalt we are using Co, right? Now if the first two letters of the element are same, if suppose this was the case of in when the element having the first letter same, right? Now if two letters are same, then what we will do, suppose we, as you can see here, if the two letter if the two letter of the element are same, then for one of them symbol are taken in its Latin name, okay. For cobalt, okay, it is cobalt is denoted by Co, as you can see, and copper is also, you can see here, copper is C, here also C, here also O, and here also O, right? So what in this case what we will do, in this case we will just write like this. So in this case, when the two letters are same, in this case what we will do, cobalt is denoted by Co, okay. As you can see, cobalt is denoted by Co, okay, and while the copper is denoted by Cu, okay. And Cu is from where this Cu has been taken. Cu is the Latin name. Copper, the Latin name of copper is cuprum, as you can see here, Cuprum, cuprum. So from the Latin name of cuprum, the Cu, this Cu from the Latin name of cuprum, this Cu has been taken as a symbol. Okay, so now what we will do, what we are doing here, we are using cobalt as Co and copper as Cu, right? As you can see here, cobalt is denoted by Cu while the copper is denoted by Cu, taken Cu taken from the Latin name cuprum. Okay, element of iron is also denoted by Fe, taken from the Latin name ferrum. Okay, iron, which is, we will write iron, right? Iron. So iron, we are not using Ir, we are just using iron. The Latin name of iron is ferrum, Ferrum. So we are taking this symbol from ferrum, which we are using this one, Fe, right? So I hope you have got some idea. Now next is, the symbol is what? Symbol is just a short form that also represent an atom of a specific element. Okay, symbol is what? Whenever if someone asks you what is symbol, so symbol is nothing but a short form of any element. Okay, short form of element that also represent an atom of a specific element. Suppose I will give you one example. You all of you have got roll numbers, right, in your school, because to this is roll number is what? Just like a symbol. If we can use their your roll number as a symbol, right? Roll number 1 2 like this. Whenever the roll number is just what it is a symbol which denote particular students, right? So in this way, symbol is what? Symbol is just a representation. Okay, or we can say that symbol is just a short form that also represent an atom of a specific element. An atom is the smallest unit of an element, we know that, right? Now next is, we will see some of the elements which is given in this table, and their symbols also, as you can see here. Okay, so and from the periodic table, when you will see the periodic table, from that periodic table, first 20 elements, because they occupy 20th position in the periodic table, which is a systematic arrangement of element in the tubular form, for our to study conveniently. Okay, so as you can see here, for hydrogen the symbol is H, as you can see here. For hydrogen the symbol is H. For helium the symbol is He. Let me make it a little bigger so that you can see it nicely, as you can see here, right? For hydrogen the symbol is H. For helium, He. Lithium, Li. Beryllium, Be. Boron, B. Carbon, C. Nitrogen, N. Oxygen, O. Right. And in the same way, here you will see sodium, Na. Magnesium, Mg. Aluminum, Al. Silicon, Si. Phosphorus, P. And after that, for sulfur as chlorine, Cl. Okay. And after that, as you can see, for oxygen O, fluorine F, neon Ne, and argon Ar, potassium K, and calcium Cs. So these are what? These are the first 20 element, and their representation, or the, we can say that, or their symbols. Okay, so now this is what? This is a simple representation of periodic table representation, a part of a periodic table. Okay, so in when you will see the periodic table, there will be a 18 group. These are called group, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. In this way, there are total 18 group in a periodic table. Okay, 18 group in a periodic table, and this is called period. Okay, this one 2 3 4, like this there are 7 period. Okay, 7 period in a periodic table. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. So this is written here, as you can see here. Okay, now next is common element. So when we talk about the common element in the universe, helium and hydrogen are the two most common element. Okay, in a universe, in our universe, helium and hydrogen are most two common element. After that, in the earth crust, when universe, why? Because you when you will see, you will learn this one in your higher classes, that the sun is also made up of hydrogen and helium. Okay, so again, in the earth crust, when we talk about the earth crust, in earth crust we will get oxygen is in the greater amount. Okay, followed by silicon, aluminum, and iron. Okay, and again, if we are talking about the atmosphere, in atmosphere you will get nitrogen. Okay, in atmosphere you will get nitrogen is the most abundant element. After that, in human body, you will get mostly carbon. Okay, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, after that are the most common element, because you can see that carbon, hydrogen, oxygen are the most common element because they make up the different component in the body cell. Okay, I hope you have understood this. Right, now compound. So to understand what is compound, I will, there are three to four tricks has been given here. Okay, so I will try to explain with this only. So as we know that there are 26 English alphabet, right? In an English alphabet, when you will see there are 26 alphabet in English, right? And make a huge number of word, and from this 26 alphabet, what we are doing, we are making a huge number of word, right? From this 26 alphabet we are using a huge number of word, but when you will see with different combination we read in the dictionary, right? And the combinations what we are doing with that 26 letter, we are using making a huge number of words, right? And each word has a different meaning, right? And each word has a different spellings, each word has a different meanings, and each word has a different pronunciation, right? In this way, if when we talk about the numbers, so numbers are what, 0 to 9, right? So the 10 digit is from 0 to 9, right? And from this 0 to 9 digit we make thousands and thousands of number, right? So only a few basic unit, you can see only a few basic unit, that is building block, make a large number of object and materials with a various combination. In this way same thing will be applied on the elements, or we can say that same thing applied to the compounds. Just like this, we have hydrogen, we have oxygen. Okay, well, I will give you one example. Suppose we have this hydrogen and we have this oxygen. So by the combination of this hydrogen and oxygen, we can make H2O, water. We can make H2O2, hydrogen peroxide. Okay, and this two combination we can make. In the same way, if I will give you one example, this is carbon and this is oxygen. From this carbon and oxygen, we can make CO2, carbon dioxide. We can use carbon monoxide. We can make, and we can make. Mm, CO3 carbonate, just like this, right? So these are what, these are compound. Okay, this is also a compound, this is also a compound, this is also a compound. Of which element is hydrogen and oxygen, of which element is carbon and oxygen, right? So this is the, like this, the number, when we say the English alphabet, in English alphabet there are 26 letters, and by arranging this 26 letters we make a huge number of word, right? In the same way, from this 118 elements which is present in the universe, from this 118 elements we make huge number of compounds. Okay, so compound is what, it is just a combination of two or more elements. Okay, compounds we can define like this: compound is what, it is a combination of two or more element combined together in a fixed ratio. Okay, compound is what, compound is a pure substance, or we can say the definition which is given in your book. As you can see, compounds are the pure substance. As you can see, compounds are the pure substance formed by the chemical combination of two or more element in a definite proportion by mass. Means what, we can say that compounds are what, these are the pure substance, okay, which are formed by the chemical combination of two or more element, okay, in a definite proportion by mass. Just like example, so many example you can see here: water, marble, glucose, sugar, salt, alcohol, carbon dioxide, calcium oxide, nitrogen dioxide, zinc chloride. These are all what, these are what, these are compounds. Okay, and how it has formed. Now if you talk about the water, water is made up of what, oxygen and hydrogen. Okay, in the same way glucose, when we talk about the glucose, it is what, C6H12O6, right? So it is made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, when we talk about the salt, okay, NaCl, salt. So this is what, sodium chloride. So this is made up of sodium and chlorine. This is also a compound. Okay, when we talk about the alcohol, it is what, C2H5OH. Okay, this is what, this is also made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so this is also a compound. Okay, if we talk about the carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide is made up of CO2. Okay, which is made up of carbon and oxygen. Okay, so this is also a compound. In this way there are so many compounds: zinc chloride, ZnCl is also a compound made up of zinc and chlorine. So as you can see, so many examples is also given in their book. Compound example of compounds are water, marble, glucose, salt, sugar. Okay, alcohol, carbon dioxide, calcium oxide, nitrogen dioxide, zinc chloride, like this. Okay, so now these compounds can be broken down into a simpler substance, just like a compound, as you can see here, it is written, a compound can be broken down, into a simpler substance. Okay, a substance like uh, table salt, which is used like NaCl, okay, is a compound and not an element. Okay, because it can be broken down into two elements, which is sodium and chloride, okay, by chemical process. As you can see, I will give you one example. This is what NaCl. This is a common salt which we use in our house to in our food. Okay, so this can be broken down by a chemical process into Na plus and Cl negative. This one you will learn in higher classes. So this can be broken down to sodium and chlorine. So this sodium and chlorine is what? This is an element, and when they combine together in a fixed ratio, so they will make compound which is sodium chloride. I hope you are understanding this. So when we are breaking this sodium and sodium chloride by chemical process, we will get sodium and chlorine. Okay, now when we get sodium and chlorine, so this sodium is what? This is a element, and this chlorine is what? This is also an element, but this one is a compound. Okay, I hope you have understood this. As you can see here, so many examples are given here. Water, when we talk about the water, as I have also told you previously, water is what? It is a combination of hydrogen and oxygen. Sugar is what? It is a combination of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. In this way, common salt, it is sodium chloride, is a example, is a combination of sodium and chlorine. After that, alcohol, it is a combination of carbon or hydrogen and oxygen. Ammonia, NH3, which is an example of nitrogen and hydrogen. Marble, which is a combination of calcium, carbon and oxygen. And sand, it is a mixture of silicon and oxygen. In this way, washing soda, there are so many compounds. As you can see, washing soda is what? It is a combination of sodium or carbon and oxygen. In this way, glucose is a combination of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. After that, carbon dioxide is a combination of carbon and oxygen. Nitrogen dioxide is a combination of nitrogen and oxygen. So these are what? These are compound. Okay, here these are what? These are compound. Okay, and these are what? These are the elements from which these compounds are made. I hope you are clear. I hope you are clear, right? So these are what? These are compound, and the element from which these compounds are made are this one. Okay, so this was about the compound. I hope you have understood this. Now next we will see molecules. So what are molecules? So molecules is the simplest unit of the compound. Okay, molecule is what? It is the simplest unit of the compound, and a molecule of a compound consists of an atom of two or more element in a definite proportion, or we can say fixed proportion. Okay, so what is the molecule? It is also a it is just a simplest form of compound. And how it is made? It is a molecule of compound consists of an atom of two or more element in a definite proportion. Okay, so one table is given here. You see green in green color. What does this table means? I will tell you. It is written here, all molecules of a compound are same, okay, in all respect, but they differ from the molecules of other compound. Means what? Therefore each compound has its own specific physical and chemical properties. A molecule of water is completely different from the molecule of glucose. So let me tell you one thing. What it has been told here, that all molecules of a compound are same in all respect. Means what? Mm, we have, suppose this is a container here. In this container we have, suppose, water. Okay, in this container we have, suppose, water. So this water, each, this is water, this is what? It is a compound, right? And each molecule of water is H2O. Okay, but when we talk here, if you are taking here, suppose, different thing, suppose we are taking here glucose. Okay, if suppose we are taking here glucose, so glucose will be like this. The formula of glucose is okay, so this, the molecule of this and this will be different. Okay, these two will be different, but the water in the molecules of water here, it will be same. okay, itself it will be same, but it will be different from the other compound. Okay, I hope you are understanding this. Here whatever the glucose molecules are present here, all will be this, okay, all will be same. And here whatever the water is present here, all will be same, but it will be not same with the that of the glucose, because water is different thing and glucose is different thing. Okay, I hope you have understood this. Now when we when we talk about the properties, okay, the properties, when we talk about the properties of a compound are also found to be completely different from those of the element which they are formed. Means what I will give one example. There is hydrogen and there is oxygen. Okay, these two will combine to form H2O. Okay, H2O, this is to compound. So this one is what, this is hydrogen and this is what, oxygen, right? So these two will combine together to form water. Okay, but when we see the chemical property or physical property of water, it will be entirely different from oxygen and hydrogen. Are you clear or not? This, when we, this is made up of, although it is made up of hydrogen and oxygen, but when we see the physical or chemical property of water, it will be entirely different from hydrogen and oxygen. Are you understanding or not? Just like I will give you one example. This water, whenever there is a fire, water we used to put off the fire, right? But without the help of oxygen, fire will not occur. So you can see the difference, right? So what we can say that the properties of the compounds are also found to be completely different from those of the element from which they are made, right? Now one more example I will give. Suppose we have here sodium, Na and chlorine. Okay, these two will combine together to form NaCl, which we are using in our home. But individually, when we will see, the properties of this sodium chloride is entirely different from that of the sodium and chloride, because this sodium is a very dangerous thing, this chlorine is also very dangerous, but when where they used to combine together, they used to form salt, which we used to eat, right? So you can see the difference. If you will take the sodium is so dangerous that if you will put in a air, it will react with the air and it will start to burn. And chlorine is also a very dangerous gas. Okay, so we can but when they two used to combine, they form salt, and which we use in our house. So what I means to say that the properties of the compound are also found to be completely different from those of the element from which they are made, right? So I hope you have understood this. Now there is some characteristics of compounds are given, as you can see here. I will mark that one only. So it has been told that it consists of two or more element. Okay, and the constituent of element of a compound are combined in a definite proportion in every sample of the compound. Okay, and it is pure and homogeneous. In the first class I have told you about homogeneous, what is homogeneous and heterogeneous, right? Now next is, when we talk about the physical or chemical property, so physical and chemical property will be entirely different. As you can see, physical and chemical properties of the compound will be different from those of the constituent element. Okay, now again, when we talk about the components of the compound, the components of the compound cannot be, the components of the compound cannot be separated by a simple physical means. Example, filtration, evaporation, decantation, boiling, melting, freezing. From this technique we cannot separate what in, suppose I am taking the example of water. So if we are taking the example of water, we cannot separate water in from, we cannot break water into hydrogen and oxygen by a simple physical process like evaporation, filtration, decantation and all. Okay, we have to use here chemical process to separate, to break water into hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, now one more thing, it is talk about the energy. So when we see the energy here, the energy is either absorbed, okay, or evolved when the compound is formed. Okay, I will take you one example. Suppose the sodium and this chlorine are combining to form suppose NaCl. So at that time what will happen, either the energy will be released, okay, or the energy will be absorbed during the formation of compound. Okay, again one more example. Suppose hydrogen and chlorine, these are combining together to form HCl, right? So at that time either the energy will be evolved after the formation of HCl, or energy will be absorbed. Okay, right? One more example, suppose H2SO4, when it will form from hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen, at that time either the energy will be released or energy will be absorbed. Okay, so I hope you have understood this now. Now next is the to explain the above the characteristics. So it has been some of the example is given here. So I hope is this way you will see in the next class. Okay, so up to this I hope you have understood what is element and compound and molecules, right? So till that, in the next class we will start with the properties. Here in this one example of page number 42. Okay, we will see this in the next class. Till that, thank you.